So this is going to be a quicker, shorter one because this is compounded from day 1 to day 2 to day 3 as far as being exhausted. So I did a really stupid thing. I'm happy to admit it because I admit full-heartedly that I don't know what I'm doing, and this is proof positive. And the words are going to slur. It's not because I finally broke out a cold beer. It's because I'm just wiped more than I was the last 2 days. So I don't know how it's possible, but this keeps exponentially building and building. So we're up at 6. It's finishing now. It's about 7, just past 7. And oh, first thing first. This is about Idaho, kind of like Alaska to me. I got these neighbors. They're good people, real good people. And the dad's a carpenter. Wife does some real estate. Real salt of the earth people. They have 4 kids. Well, 2 of them decided today, I think the 7 or 8-year-old, and I think the 13-year-old Kyle, decided to get up in the morning even though they weren't feeling good. They wanted to help. Like, boy, what are these guys going to do to help? Well, Kyle, he's a worker. The little chipmunk, I'm so wiped I can't even think of his name right now. I'll come back to it. He's a talker, and you know when you get in a rhythm working, chipmunk's talking, who's hysterical by the way, and he's.
Hi, my name's Tyler Rich, and this is my brother Kyle Rich. We came to help Mr. Chris build his cabin because that's what people in Idaho do.
All good-natured, and he does a little work, but mostly talks. And you have to answer because he's got such a good nature, and he really woke up a bit. I said, Kyle, I'm gonna go help Mr. Chris. You can come along? And he was in bed not feeling good, just sniffling, cold, and he says, yeah, I'm coming. So they were here bright and early, waiting for me to finish my coffee. So I knew this was going to be a hell of a day. But I will give them some credit. A lot of the retaining wall I had to build needs really big rocks that are flat and big. And so the lake's full of them, but the lake's so darn high this year, there's no beach. And so we had to get in the water and pull a bunch out. And I'll tell you, truthfully, if it wasn't for Kyle, I wasn't getting those things up by myself. If I was, it was one at a time, and it was probably a half hour each time. But together, we did it. Pulled the truck down there, loaded them on there, one by one together. We built a retaining wall. Okay, I'm gonna jump back to the original part of what I was talking about, which is when you're doing something, anything in life, especially when you don't know what you're doing, even if you know what you're doing, you always double, triple check your work. So last year I spent the fall up here clearing out of the rough of the ground, a 10 by 20, and put a foot around it each side, just be buffer zone, whatever. And I was working with that and thought, okay, we're really doing good here. This looks easier than I thought. This is handleable. This is attainable. And so I got the gravel guy finally came today, thank God. And so he dumped his load right on the edge of the road. So my little roads worked really good right down there. The weight took the wheelbarrow right down to it, so it really worked out well. Then I measured again because I don't trust myself. And it was 10 for sure, but it wasn't 20. It was like 15. So there was a tree I had to bring down. There was the roots. There was every piece of thicket and thorn bush and everything else. There's a certain name for it, like it's kind of like ironwood, but it's just really, really tough. It actually dulls your blades as you go through it. And so the blessing here is that did not happen Friday morning at 6:30 when these guys come with the lumber and we start dropping the floors down and adding the walls and putting hopefully the roof on. And if that happened then, it would have been not happened. It just wouldn't have. So, or at least it wouldn't have happened that day. And it would probably cost me a lot more to hire these guys back again. It's 2 of them. They're Mennonite builders and they're really good and they're going to teach me a lot and I'm going to pay attention. So 3 of us are going to work through this thing and get this thing up. And then I'll finish it off and dry it in. But the bottom line, not for 1 second in this world am I sitting here posting this garbage to show that, oh, look at me, look what I'm doing, because I'm making mistakes left and right. The only thing I haven't done is I still have my fingers. We're good. Dirtier than heck. Stink. I just stay humble, I guess, is the story here. And I'm really appreciating the neighborly love I'm getting around here, even though sometimes it's harder than it's supposed to be, because Lyle has 5 million questions in a half hour, and you have to answer every one because he's so sweet. And he's a hysterical kid, and he has a little mischief side, and he's like a little chipmunk, a little budgy, little... he's a character, but I had to actually ask his mom today and say on Friday when we're going to town, they're homeschooled. Please do extra homeschool, keep them away. So she gave me that word. So we're good there. So I get him in the morning tomorrow. We're going to go in the river or the lake and get some more rocks, and we're going to keep building. But the neighborly love you get around a place like this. If I was doing this in Redondo Beach, there's probably one guy I know who lives in my neighborhood who would say, hey, do you need help? Now, he may not mean it, but he at least offer. These guys they were been with me from 7 this morning, or 6:30 this morning until 7, 12-hour day with a lunch break. And I made them take a nap at 2 for 15 minutes. They were overheating, I could tell, and they're too young to know what's going on. So I put them in the cabin and I says, you guys take a nap, crash. And they wouldn't do it unless I stayed in there with them. So I had to sit there for 15, 20 minutes to take a nap, or pretend. But it was really hot today. We're getting some amazing luck with the weather. It's still blue skies. We're having to deal with the rain and wet logs. And by the way, I'm finding some amazing logs that are floating in off the lake. They're like art pieces. They're so beautiful, and I can't wait to do something with them. I don't know what, but they're beautiful. And the other ones I'm using as pylons to build around the retaining wall because they've been soaking for so long that they won't break down for very long. They're like almost railroad ties. They'll eventually, but for a while it'll be good. So I'm going to cut this short and just sign out and just say another great day 3. And my phone's ringing. And of course it's Rick Jewell who is calling me. I can see it on my phone. I'm going to hang up on him. Sorry, Rick.